during an emergency or natural disaster, there can be a lot of confusion going on.
So joining us now is Dr. Rena Carlson from Alpine Animal Hospital with a look at what we can do to help our animals. I'm guessing preparation ahead of time might be key to this?
Absolutely, and you know, they tell us all in a disaster, if you haven't really practiced or thought about it, you know, it's really a lot more difficult to deal with the adversity. And then you've got the animal here, you know, you're thinking, oh, you know, what am I going to do? And years past, it was simply they would rescue people and they would have to leave their pets behind. And I think we're hopefully turning the corner a little bit, realizing that, you know, we really need to deal with these other family members as well. Maybe not the same way as we do people, but we need to be prepared and you know, little things like have the sticker on your door that says there should be 3 cats in this house. You know, so say you can't find the cats, but later if someone can get in, they know to look for those. A microchip is so important because in an emergency, if those animals do get out or are lost or end up in a shelter situation, a microchip can be huge in returning that animal back to the appropriate.
Can really cut down the amount of time you're spending away from your pet and getting it back to your family. Different natural disasters, what we're seeing in Colorado right now with all the flooding. You know, you see people on top of their houses with their dog, with their pet. But what about some other natural disasters? Let's say if there was an earthquake and you've got animals running around, how best, like you say, what happens if you stumble on a cat or a dog or, you know, that's not yours? Right,
and the best thing, of course, is to, you know, be cautious because they're going to be stressed. We don't want anybody bit or hurt. And typically in those kinds of situations, you know, the shelter, the Humane Society, we're going to have some clearinghouse or some way to start, you know, making sure we have a place to house those animals until we can try to, you know, home them, find their homes or find a new home. And another thing, even think about, say you are in an earthquake and you don't have power for a little while. Well, the animals need food and water just like we do. So, you know, having some extra water, having some extra food is always good. You know, make sure leashes and things are handy. Or
what about just throwing it into your emergency
I was going to say, yeah, I've never thought about that before, but a lot of us have 72-hour kids.
Correct.
Maybe you need to take care of your animals with that in there as well.
Yep, have a vacuum sealed bag of food, or, you know, even some cans of food. Make sure they've got the flip tops so that you can open them, you know, in a situation where you don't have all the things we normally have.
Right.
So food, water, leashes, and I have a lot of people say, well, my dog's never on a leash. You know, you ought to get them at least used to a leash every once in a while, just to make sure in case this happens, they might need to be on a leash.
When there's chaos, a leash would be very helpful.
Yes, yes. So a leash, extra food, extra water. Again, don't forget the microchip. Don't forget, because
they're as much as a part of the family as your family members are.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Very good. Dr. Rena Carlson, thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
And coming up next, we'll have your answers to our question of the day.